What Autism Awareness Means to Me by Timothy Rohr.
My name is Timothy Rohr. I'm a young adult with high-functioning autism. I've gone through challenges such as a speech delay, behavioral differences, learning difficulties, sensory sensitivities, and a tic disorder. I've also gone through social isolation by non-disabled people during my teenage years. Having autism does not hurt because it makes me unique, but what does hurt is facing social isolation by non-disabled people. When many of us think of Autism Awareness Day, we think of it as a day in which most of us wear blue shirts, decorate the walls, in honor for autism awareness, honor famous people with autism such as Albert Einstein or Greta Thunberg, and advertising slogans such as I support autism acceptance, choose kindness, acceptance, and inclusion, and difference not less. People with autism still face social isolation even though we do things to support them. Doing the things listed before is not enough to make society more inclusive of those with autism. I certainly think it's awesome to do things like wearing blue shirts and decorating the walls in honor for autism awareness, to honor those with autism. But as an advocate of disability inclusion, I think society needs more education all year long about autism awareness in order to make these things more meaningful. Autism awareness means different things for each individual with autism. Autism awareness can mean being employed to certain jobs, being given the opportunity to help out in the community, or specializing in physics or environmental science. But for me, autism awareness means being given the same friendship opportunities as non-disabled people. My goal is to make sure that the non-disabled community gets an education about how to fully understand challenges that those with autism face, how to include them as a friend, and how to communicate to their level. First off, in order to break down the barriers that socially isolate those with autism from non-disabled people, we have to teach children at a young age about autism, its challenges, how to communicate to their level, and how to include them as a friend. The main reason why non-disabled people seem to exclude those with autism from social interactions is that schools lack educational programs to teach students about autism awareness. Teaching children about the challenges people with autism face, how to communicate to their level, and how to include them as a friend should be taught in classes and assemblies as much as we teach them about anti-bullying and drug awareness. Being socially included by the non-disabled community is a fantasy for most people with autism. Making that fantasy into a reality is possible if we work for it. As for me, I am an author of a pamphlet designed for younger children called How to Be a Good Influence to People with Disabilities. My pamphlet defines what a disability is and contains information about how to include someone with a disability as a friend. It has been seen and used in some places all over the world. Locally, I have had the opportunity to share my pamphlet with several groups in New Jersey, and I presented my pamphlet to my local school districts. When I presented my pamphlet to children in the local districts, children asked me questions about what it's like to have autism and how it felt when people socially excluded me. I heard news after I presented about some of the students inviting people with autism and other disabilities, such as Down syndrome and muscular dystrophy, to their birthday parties and to playdates. Children inviting people with autism and other disabilities to their parties, playdates, and other social gatherings is what true inclusion means. My pamphlet is a great resource for children to learn from, and I hope more schools in the United States and other countries can present my pamphlet to their classes. Other than my pamphlet, I believe that schools should come up with lesson plans, books, games, and skits to provide to children, which will help them understand autism awareness and inclusion. I want children to be taught how to approach someone with autism, invite them to sit with them at the lunch table, play with them during recess, contact them, and hang out with them at movie theaters, restaurants, parties, etc. I attend a young adult youth group through a Presbyterian church in Allentown, New Jersey. I explained about how difficult it was for me to be socially excluded. I also spoke to them about my pamphlet. A lot of the members offered their phone numbers to me and gave me the chance to hang out at restaurants, concerts, movie theaters, and other places together. I am thankful to have them as my friends. I hope more social and religious groups can offer friendship opportunities to those with autism and other disabilities too. In conclusion, being socially included by non-disabled people as an autistic person to sit at their lunch tables, text or call each other, see a movie together, grab a bite to eat, see a concert, and other forms of entertainment is what autism awareness means to me. I hope we can create a future in which schools and parents can educate their children about how to socially include people with autism and most of all, people with other disabilities too. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tips for Inclusion, 4. Check out my other videos and share my videos with your friends, family, and everyone around you. Check out my website and social media